In last episode, we wrote on the sands of time, watched the fearless Maharaja's lifestyles, integrate architecture, also the border and war museum. Rajasthan carries an enchanting aura in the range of diversity and ethnicity of culture, to craziness and beauty of landscapes. Jaipur is the gateway to the royalty of Rajasthan. It is no less than a metro city but with a traditional touch. On my both sides, you can see many markets as Johari, Bapu, Janta, etc. Right now, we enter through the Chandpol in the Pink City. The Jantar Mantar filled with astronomical instruments and models made by Maharajas in the 18th century. This is Jaya Prakash Yantra, representation of upside down earth divided into two parts, each one complementary to the other. You cannot climb on them. Your tickets permit only to soothe your eyes through the preserved India's historic observatories gallery. Now we come at Ramayantra. This gives the altitude and azimuth of the sun and of the heavenly bodies. Jaipur City Palace was built by Maharaja Savai Jai Singh II, the founder of Jaipur. The last ruling royal family still resides in the exclusive section of the palace. This Amir fort provides the feeling of Jodhabai, the one and only Rajput wife of Akbar. The great walls were made so that arrows can reach the attacking force at a great distance. Its walls are covered in intricate mirror work using glass imported from Belgium called as Sheesh Mahal Hall of Mirrors. Consists of a series of 4 courtyards, palaces, halls and gardens. We live in moments, and moments in Rajasthan may be small or big, can make big impact. It's again a morning, and we have already started our road journey. We tasted crispy poha chaat and going up to Sri Manshapurna Karni Mata temple located on Machla Magra Hills. One can also hike to it. This mind-blowing view of the whole city of Udaipur from here is so addictive. The stairs for reaching the temple starts from Manikyal Verma Park, built between the years 1620 and 1628 near Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Park. Though remained deserted for a long period, in 1997 it was rebuilt. Rajasthan is luxury, art, culture, but also in calm, composed and crazy way. It does hold the powers to fulfill wishes and offers more than just peace and tranquility. It offers Udaipur at its best. Right now we are at the place very close to our heart. Angrezi medium also has a scene from this Udaipur city palace. During 1537, the Mewar kingdom under the rule of Maharana Uday Singh II faced a risk of losing the Chittor fort in wars with the Mughals. So he chose a new capital for his kingdom near Pichola Lake that shielded the territory from its enemies. During the Battle of Haldighati, Maharana Pratap lost the war to the Mughal Emperor Akbar. After Akbar's death, Mewar was handed over to Amar Singh I by the Mughal ruler Jahangir. Udaipur once again fell into the attacks of Marathas in 1761. To protect Mewar, Maharana Bhim Singh signed a treaty with the British in 1818, asking for their protection. After India's independence, Mewar retained the ownership of the palaces in Udaipur. Built in granite and marble, City Palace complex is worth admiring for its perfect blend of medieval, European and Chinese architecture. The several palaces like Suraj Gupta Public Address Facade, More Chowk, Dilkush Mahal, Surya Chopar and 12 more. The Zenana Mahal or the Ladies' Chamber was converted to a museum in the year of 1974, which is now open for the common public. The fish aquarium under the sun, situated close to Vibhuti Park at a hot spot in Udaipur, the Lake Fateh Sagar Pal. Inaugurated on 21st October 2017, the place has approximately 125-meter long aquarium hosts 180 species of fish both from marine and freshwater. An OMG tank where you can get inside an aquarium and experience life underwater. See some majestic fish swim by. This was our homestay at Udaipur. This beautiful morning started, and we have already hit the road towards Chitrakoot. Previous we listened to the beautiful stories of Maharaja Rawal Ratan Singh, whose weight was 270 kgs. Talwar was of 22 kg. He used to carry 2 talwars at a time, so that if enemy comes empty-handed, he used to offer 1 talwar to him. This was Mirabai's mandir till she left for Dwarka, Gujarat. This was Johar Sthal, where Rani Padmini along with 16,000 ladies went inside the fire when her husband Maharaja Rawal Ratan Singh was defeated by Alauddin Khilji in a war. Now we are going inside Vijay Stambh, made by Maharana Kumbha when he defeated combined armies of Malwa and Gujarat led by Mahmud Khilji, symbolizing victory. This is Rani Padmini's airy palace. This used to be the main entrance to Chittorgarh fort, as Suryavanshis used to make gates facing sunrise. And that was battlefield. The forest around the fort have 25% input to the sandalwood business. After Khilji dynasty started, his son Khizr Khan named this fort as Khizrabad. Later on, Hamir Singh of Hamirgarh, Bhilwara district of Maharana Pratap dynasty, came here and brought the whole fort and then named as Chittorgarh. Again, when Akbar attacked, the Rajgharana from here was shifted to Udaipur, which we have already visited. The main work is making saris from the threads made from the fibers of custard apple, and then a coating of sandalwood is given. This used to be Rani Padmini's royal sari. You can also take back one home. As your Rajasthan trip is never complete without the markets. Local here take pride in making products of their own authentic tradition. The guides are also so good. They will talk with you, help you, and explain everything about the places to make you understand every bit of it. We are at the hilly region of the land of Maharajas. Set on a high rocky plateau in the Aravalli range and surrounded by forest, it offers a relatively cool climate and views over the arid plains below. Locally known as Nakki Jheel, it is the first man-made lake in India with a depth of around 11,000 meters and a width of a quarter of a mile. Toad Rock is a colossal rock piece which looks like a toad about to jump in the waters of the lake. I really do wonder if anyone who have come to Rajasthan and not felt the place as if their own, known from ages and people waiting for long, for us to return and stay back forever. This place is magical. You will feel like a juggling of emotions while returning home.